There's a moment in everybody's life where something shifts. Not a big dramatic explosion, but a moment. Not something like a movie level trauma, but a moment you didn't understand at the time, but one that changed the way you moved from that day forward. And for me, that was my first hurt. Before I learned how to protect myself, before I learned how to shut down, before I learned how to pretend I was fine, there was a version of me that was open, soft, trusting, unprepared for the world. And then something happened. Something small, something quiet, something I didn't have the language for, but it cracked something in me anyway. And today, I'm going to go back at that moment, not relive it, not to blame anyone, but to finally understand what it did to me. And I think a lot of us, we can relate to this. There have been moments in our lives where we have been the versions we are right now. We we did not just become those versions overnight. Things happened in our life where we had to actually look at everything. And I think that's why when some people say they're shut off from the world, they don't want to be associated with a lot of people because, people can backstab you. I agree with that 100%. I don't, me now looking back at like my teenage years and everything else, and I look back at that, I'm like, I made a lot of dumb decisions. I trusted a lot of people that I shouldn't have trusted. But you live and you learn. I opened my heart up to a lot of people that took it for granted. I kept giving people the benefit of the doubt, all while they just kept playing with me. And when I talk about my first hurt, it could be a plethora of things. Like, it could be a plethora of things, but mainly what I focus on when it says my first hurt is my dad actually not being there. Yeah, he was here now and then, but it wasn't like, okay, yeah, I had good father son time with him. Like, of course, my parents aren't together because, ooh, thank God, my mama didn't get with him. But anyway, that's beside the point. But they're not together, so there wasn't no co-parenting going on. He didn't want me. He told my mom to get an abortion. His mama told my mom and grandma that God was going to take me away from them, but baby, I'm still here 22 years later. Hello. Okay. But anyway, when I think about that and I think about him, no, I haven't let go of the hurt. I haven't. I'm not going to lie. I'm still harboring some anger, resentment, hatred towards that fucking nigga. I'm, I'm still. And the first hurt is sneaky. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't come with a warning label. It just lands. And with him, it didn't come with a warning label. Like, there were many times I tried to reach out. Yeah, I did. I tried to reach out to him like, hey dad, I have this going on. Oh, my band concert is such and such. Can you come out? Oh, I'll see. Oh, never happened. I used to play t-ball and baseball and all that. Please, I was not that good. Okay, I don't think I was never good at any sport. I mean, I was okay, but would I say I was the best? No. Would I say I was the worst? No. I mean, I was kind of like right there between semi bad, semi good. It, yeah, sports wasn't for me. I was kind of uncoordinated. Okay, but anyway, I used to have these games, and I'd be like, Dad, can you come out to one of my games? He'll, I'll, I'll, I'll see. Really, you'll see. That means he's not coming. So I used to reach out like for real, and I know everybody's like, "Oh, the child shouldn't have to reach out." Okay, okay. At times I didn't reach out. My mom reached out to him. Look here, Christian's having this blah 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 blah. Can you make it? He wants you to come. I want you to come to support him. Let you know that you're there for him. Let him know that you're there for him. It's the same thing. I'll see. I don't know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when that first hurt lands, it teaches you something. You weren't supposed to learn that early. Maybe it taught you not to trust. Maybe it taught you to stay quiet. Maybe it taught you to toughen up. Maybe it taught you that your feelings weren't safe in other people's hands. For me, it taught me to shrink, to stop expecting softness, to stop assuming people meant well, to stop believing that I could just be myself without consequences. I didn't know it was trauma. I didn't know it was shaping me. I just knew something in me changed. When I know I touched on this kind of like past seasons. I wouldn't say right about season 1. I touched on, it was 2 episodes. One was the downside the trio friend groups, and the other one was the pain behind a smile. And with the downside trio friend groups, that right there, I thought I found my tribe, basically. I thought I found my group, my people I could just be myself with. Yeah. I won't get into that, but yeah, I thought I found the ones, my people, my friends. Thought I found that, only for that to just bye, go on out the woodwork. Because there were some things that kind of was kind of a little iffy with me when I was in that trio. I know there was one time we had a band competition, and you know how all of us being the line at the concession stands getting the food and everything, and I don't know what happened. It was me and my friend group. We was all talking, and somebody from another school was up there, like in front of us, and I don't know, was we laughing or we was doing something. I can't remember because it's kind of far back, just like my freshman year. Yeah, it's kind of far back, and I was trying to remember what happened because I was going to talk about this today, and I remember the person in front of turned around and said something towards me, and I was like, okay, first of all, I don't know you, you don't know me. Turn your ass around, okay, and we could be good. We could be good. We ain't gotta do all this. And so he coming back. I was coming back to him because I'm not finna back down from nobody. If you're not finna sit there and talk to me in a kind of way, because I'm finna call you right back in that kind of way. I'm giving you the same energy you give me. And so I'm looking like, okay, like y'all ain't go sit there and jump in, defend me while he talking about me. I was like, okay, well, you know what? You ain't got to. I got it. So I was trucking along. Now. He was kind of getting a little 1-2 up on me, but I got it right on back. Yeah, let me tell you something, okay? First and foremost, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. He was kind of getting me a little bit. You know how Claudia and Nene was going back in, and Claudia was kind of getting Nene a little bit. He was kind of getting me like Claudia got Nene just a little bit, but Christian was trucking along. The next thing, CJ came out. Yeah. So But I was like, okay, Y'all ain't gonna say anything? I'm looking at them like, why y'all ain't saying nothing? They sitting back there laughing. I was like, what the fuck funny? Like, what is so funny? Like, okay, I get that sometimes friends don't have to always jump in with your friend, with you. I get that. So I don't want y'all to be like, they didn't even have to jump in with you. No, they didn't. But there's the principle of the thing. The principle of the thing. Like, you could have been like, what you're not finna do is talk about my friend like that. Because let me tell you, he didn't do anything to you. You could, first of all, if you want to talk about anybody, let's talk about you. Look at, yeah, anything. That's all I wanted was like, make sure I have some friends that have my back. I got friends that have my back just in case something goes on. I know y'all ride or die. Baby, they was not riding nor dying. Yeah. So, with that whole thing, and I already explained the whole reason why that didn't really work out in season 1 episode, The Downside of Trio Friend Groups. I already explained why that whole Trio Friend Group didn't work out. And I don't think I shared that part about what happened at competition. And, I'm not going to tell names because I'm preserving people's identity. I'm preserving their identity. Because, at this point, it's been so long ago, people, they probably forgot about it. They probably still remember. It's probably fuzzy like it was for me, but, I still was able to kind of remember some parts of it. But anyway, and then with this episode, the other episode of season 1, The Pain Behind a Smile, that is, I talked about my dad and that, and how that really wrecked my mental health. That really wrecked me, basically. So, you want to go listen to those episodes? It's available. The wild part about the first hurt is how long it stays with you. It becomes a pattern, a reflex, a blueprint. You start reacting to things that aren't happening anymore. You start protecting yourself from people who aren't trying to hurt you. You start building walls around wounds you never named. And then one day you're grown, trying to figure out why you shut down so fast, why you overthink everything, why you apologize for things that aren't your fault, why you don't trust easily, why you feel the need to be strong all the time. And it all goes back to that moment, the first hurt. I think y'all could really, we all put walls up, especially in this day and age where people are just, I want to say, sometimes people aren't just trustworthy anymore. You think you can trust somebody with your child, with your significant other, your this, your that. You think you could trust people, but then next thing you know, you can't trust them. They betray you. They betray your trust. They betray your child's trust. You think, oh yeah, I know this person. They could be good. I'm gonna let them watch my child while me and my man or me and my woman go out. Next thing you know, you come back, your child either in the bathtub face down, or your child have done been taught somewhere. And I saw this on TikTok and I saw this on Twitter where this woman sent her baby to her mother's house to watch the baby, everything. And she got the baby back and the baby hair, like she did the baby hair. It was cute. She did it, had little bows and everything, and it was cute. I liked it. It was cute. And then she got her baby back. Basically, almost all of the baby was damn near bald. And she had like a couple of clumps of hair still left in her head, but the baby was damn near bald. And I was like, what in the world happened at your mama's house? I'm like, that's why you don't trust everybody with your baby. And it's like when you're telling family members, you're telling friends, okay, don't kiss my baby because RSV is out. I don't want nobody kissing the baby because, to get sick. People still be like, "Oh, I'm fine," and like, I don't care if you are fine. Don't kiss my baby. I'm gonna snatch your lips off your face. Yeah, and I already feel like when I have my first child, I'm gonna be severe. Only people I'm allowed to see my child, mama, grandma, my best friend, her boyfriend, and my and everything, and everybody else I choose. I feel like that's all I'm gonna do, and of course her family and everything. But I feel like I'm gonna be very kind of stingy with my child. I don't want anybody to take my child. But watch if I don't know you know you, if we ain't had a good relationship, and that's, but even if you had a good relationship with that person, I still wouldn't trust you all the way. But I will be cautious. Like there might be times I might test you, but like, oh, you want to come over and hang out? Okay, good. I might test you a little bit. How you? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Watch the baby for me real quickly. That might be a test right there. I mean, that's just how I would be if I ever had kids, or whenever I have kids, because I don't know. Should I trust you to watch the child? Because hell, you might be harboring resentment towards me for something that happened years ago, and then next thing you know, you take it out on my child instead of being an adult and coming at me. So I'm not gonna sit and just let you watch my child really nilly. Okay. And then with these walls, like I said, we put what walls sometimes because we have been hurt so many times in our lives that there's like, what's the point of just being ourselves? We put the walls up. We shrink down. There was a point in time where we used to be full of life, we ha ha with everybody. Now it's like, okay, you're only like that around certain people, and even then, you're not fully ha ha because you don't know when that person will turn on you. I never thought my friend group would turn on me, but here we are. Like I said in Downside Trail friend groups, I wish them well. If I see you on the street, I might throw a hand up. I may not. Who knows? But I don't wish you any bad feelings. I know some people are like, oh, that's not like me. I would wish them well in hell. I mean, I used to. God knows I used to. I still kind of do, but the wish you well in hell is kind of put on the back burner, and kind of like I just wish them well. It's kind of like pushed on out a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The hardest part isn't remembering the moment. It's realizing how much your life was built around it. Realizing that your boundaries, your fears, your reactions, your silence, they didn't come from nowhere. They came from that first wound. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But that's not a bad thing. That's the beginning of healing. Because you can't heal what you refuse to name. You can't outgrow a version of yourself you're still pretending you never became. The first hurt shaped me, but it doesn't get to define me. I get to rewrite the story now. I get to choose who I become after the wound. And if you're listening to this and thinking about your first hurt, just know this. You're allowed to outgrow the version of yourself that pain created. You're allowed to be someone new. You're allowed to be someone softer. You're allowed to be someone healed. And it starts with naming the moment that changed you.